Hey guys, welcome back. It is a brand new month, almost. Tomorrow will be a new month, so it's time for my March TBR. This month I have an awesome lineup. I'm so excited to share with you. We have 2 books from the library, 2 books from book boxes, and 1 book for a super cool booktube challenge that I'm going to partake in this month. If you want to find out what these are, a little quick hit synopsis of each one, go ahead, grab your coffee, grab your tea, and let's get cozy. Oh, okay, where do we start? I think let's start with the book box books. So the first one is If We Were Villains. This one actually just came in my Down the Rabbit Hole box. If you want to see that whole unboxing, I'll drop that link in the description below. This one, I can't wait because it's connected to all of these gifts right here. It is one of those book boxes where when you get to certain pages in the book, you get to unwrap one of your gifts. And I'm also really excited because it's a thriller and I've been super drawn to thrillers lately. I think I'm gonna blame it on Lady Jane from Lady Jane Books. Watching her channel, I've been like, oh, I really want to dig into some thrillers. So If We Were Villains is by M.L. Rio, and it's about a kind of murder mystery involving a character named Oliver Marks. He's a former actor in a Shakespeare conservatory, and I guess most of the novel takes place in his final year and kind of the unfolding of this murder mystery. So I'm definitely going to start with this one because, hello, I want the experience of unboxing all of those gifts and finding out what they are. This is the first one. Second one is from the Totally Booked crate. If you want info on any of these boxes, I'll put that in the description below. So this came in the Totally Booked crate, and it's called Unchosen, and it is by Catherine Blair. And this is supposed to be a fantasy, like feminist, fiercely feminist fantasy involving a curse, a swoon-worthy sea captain, and the power of one girl to choose her own fate. It's a contemporary standalone, so it sounds right up my alley. I love things that have kind of like that seafaring atmosphere. Daughter of a Pirate King, have you read that? Oh, so good. I want to read the second in that series. So I'm hoping that this one is awesome as well. Then I got a couple of library books. I have a ton of library books coming, like more than I could read. I kind of went a little crazy on my curbside pickup request this month, but I've been watching so much booktube and getting so much inspiration. So I chose 2 from my library list, one of them being Legendborn. If you haven't heard about Legendborn, it is a new fantasy. I think that it would go under fantasy. Let's see. Yeah, magical fantasy, sort of. This sounds so good. So it's about this young girl who's Black, who's attending UNC Chapel Hill, I think as a high school student, some sort of program, and she uncovers this like magical secret society. They try to wipe her memory from what's seen, but it actually unlocks her own magic. So it's kind of the discovering of her magic, and I just can't wait to check it out. I've really been craving some more diversity in the novels that I'm reading, in authors and in characters. So really, really excited to check out Legendborn. I also saw that Elliot Brooks just did a live Legendborn recap, so I put that in my watch later. I didn't want any spoilers, but I want to check that out too. Then the other library book I got was The Blue Crown. This is the 3rd in the Green Glass House series, and I forgot this even existed until I was going through and clearing out my TBR list in that video that I did for you guys. So Blue Crown is, well, if you don't know the Green Glass series, it is a middle grade series that I fell in love with. It's about the Green Glass House, which is this really old house that was like a getaway for smugglers. And that's in modern day, there's a boy living there with his family, and it's kind of about his connection There's ghosts and solving mysteries and different characters coming in and out of the house. There's 2 books in that stories following those characters. And then this is the 3rd in the world, but it's the first people who ever lived at Green Glass House. And there's a younger girl in it who's going to be our main character, I think. So I can't wait to read this one. I love the Green Glass House atmosphere. It's just such a cool place, and I wish that I could go there myself. So I'm going to read this one as well this month. And the last one that we have is actually connected to a challenge issued by a booktuber named Matthew Schaefer, and his challenge is called the Freeze Your Butt Off Challenge. So the challenge, well, what he did was he read Call of Wild by oh my gosh, I'm spacing it. Jack London. Call of Wild by Jack London. He read the whole thing while sitting outside with no gloves. I watched. I'm like, your hands. And he issued a challenge. You can either also do the full version of Call of the Wild, or you can read Jack London's story. I didn't really want to read either of those. I've already read Call of the Wild, but I did want to read an ice-related book, and this one sounded so interesting. It is Ice by Anna Kavan, and the goal is to read it all in one sitting. So I also wanted kind of a shorter one as well. This one I had never heard of, but I guess it's like a kind of well-known one, but it involves a frozen apocalyptic world. There's an unknown narrator who's kind of hallucinating, maybe not. He's on the search for this girl with silver hair before everything freezes over. And he's crossing icy seas and frozen plains. So I thought this would be perfect for the Freeze Your Butt Off challenge. So one day this week, while Willard naps, there's snow still on the ground, I'm going to go pull up my butt in a chair, try to read this during his nap, and complete the Freeze Your Butt Off challenge, which I will definitely record and share with you guys. But I am super excited to read this as well. Those are my books for March. I really hope that I get through them all. My reading has been so much more consistent since I've started this channel, so I appreciate each and every one of you who watches, who comments, who hangs out, who inspires me to. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you're reading. If you want to chat about any of these books, you can join us over in the GoodReads Book Club. I am sending you guys so much love, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.